My friends, this Rubasha, the Rubasha from the Rubasha Family Podcast. I just traveled from Australia, where I live, and I come to Rwanda. It's where I was born. And I came here just to visit family and friends, and also to record and to reshare on my podcast the view I've been having that as Africans, as Rwandese, we should have our African names, Rwandese with Rwandese name. This is the idea came, and I have it, I've been sharing to everyone, which is on our social media platform, to be able to communicate, to have conversation on these issues, especially as Africans. And as I say, as I started in Australia, I am Australian diaspora in Australia, so I started to communicate with my fellow Africans in Australia. And I traveled to Nairobi, and because also Nairobi, I have family there. My wife's from there, and also I travel there to communicate to the family and friends about as African names. And I can tell them Kenyan, they should have Kenyan name. And that's why I'm here in my country, the country where I was born, the country where I was grew up.
Hey guys, I know you're enjoying this video, but please take the time, hit the link in the description and sign up to Alois Rubasha's new screen. You can sign up either monthly or for the year to really invest in yourself, to really cultivate your mindset, cultivate the power of who you truly are. It is all about the knowledge and power that you have with it, and it is the application of the knowledge that is going to take you far in life. This is an investment that is infinite, that has infinite amount of supply, because coming to Alois Rubasha's teachings, experiencing the Word of God, and what is the Word of God? It's about empowering yourself. That is what we're putting here for you. We're cultivating a community of like-minded individuals, for people who want to grow, for people who want to continue to cultivate that mindset of, I can do anything I put my mind to. I can go out and work on my health, work on my happiness. Nothing outside of me is going to make me happy. I can work on my love and my beauty, because I have everything. I am an amazing person. You are too. So hit the link in the description. It's going to take you to sign up for your U-Screen membership today.
And that's the country where I was given this name of, when you call French names, which is Alois, and so they call them Christian's name. And we found as they call Western names, Christian names, and then we have also our African names. But always that's my question, the question I ask to you, the youth ones, why do we need to have French names or English names or other regional communities' names, and which we could have our own names, because our ancestors has, before the colonialism came, had their own name, had to know how to name their children. And this thing changed. And the change come from where? Change come from one person's mind. The colonial who came, that person, that times, one person think and he feel that was the best way to change, the best way to give these people our name. He was figuring it was the best, and he convinced most people there. He convinced them and to feel that was the best. And he convinced the system that times that was the best. And the system agreed. And system also imposed to the people. And they tell the family, and then also the family, and did that. And that's how we have this powerful powerful mind names called Western or religions names. Sometimes also we can call them colonial names. And they are powerful. Something that has been instilled in us, in generation to generation. So hard to remove it. I'm changing Alois to Ndize Rubasha, but it's hard always. Alois is going to be there. It's going to be there in people's mind, in my friends' mind, the same as my mind. And I can see it's not easy. It's not easy to bring people change. I can see. And everything I do, I start in my circle, start with my family, tell my children. First of all, they didn't understand it, but next day, straight away, they found it, they agreed. And they feel comfortable to think about it and to change names. I told my wife also, first time he think, why I should change my name? But also he figure out and then he change and he feel that is right to do. The change not come easy, always the change is hard. And again, I go to my community. These things have to come first from you, people around you, each individual. My community, I tell them, my friend didn't want to hear me what I'm saying. They said, don't tell us what to do. We need our name, we love our name. Our parents give our names and we love it, and there's no need to change. You no need to tell us what to do. And that's how I work. That's the power of mind work. So my mind tell me to tell the people, to tell the Africans, to tell Rwandese friends, to tell your friends, to think about changing name. And their mind tell them, no, you can't tell us that. You can't do things. Say, are you crazy? Why you can tell us that what to do? Why when you think about that? As we are Christians, Christians don't change name because our names are Christians. And that is each person's mind. Each person's mind responds in different. And responds because the power of their mind. Some they are fanatic, some they will not even listen to you. They will switch your channel because they don't want to hear your view, your point. But this is what I'm trying to bring you. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. I'm not changing anyone regionally. No, I'm thinking, I'm telling you, think. Why that region has to give your name when you have your African's name? Why? Because somebody told us. Because somebody said that's how it is there. We can change it or we can continue to have our name. It's not going to change anything in your life. It's not going to give you anything you don't need to say you personally because you change your names. No. Always what you feel is just the pride where you're coming from, the pride you have your own African names. Yes, you feel it inside. But in real life, you continue to have the same life. Always you change your life to your mind, not because the names or everything you want to do. For me, I say before, to lose names to lose culture. To lose African names to lose African culture. And somebody has made this decision. He put us to our mind, to generation, and it's so hard to remove it. And it's so hard to change. And even so hard to talk about it with my friends. And some things we can share together. That's how life is. That is how power of mind is. And I am sure the times they were giving these people, maybe there are people also who try to defend their names. There are people maybe there are times who refuse to take that names. But majority as African, we took it. Majority, the people I meet on the street, the people I talk on the street, I see the names there. And now, that's why you see the most places. When they put your birth names, the names comes up is first name, which there's English name. Always they do that because That is present their names. You can change it. You can change it, my friend. You go in the meeting, they put your badge, African name. Hidden name. That is what we talk to us. Because that's why you say, always, wherever, because I'm a diaspora, I know how life is there. Everybody keeps saying, oh, African Australian or Sudanese African things there. See, that the way they present you, it should represent you always 100%. If you're African, you should have those African names. I can see most the other communities have their names. Of course, some, they can have nicknames. They can have name to use in the communication or to do anything about that. But you look, the proper identification, the proper documentation, they have full names. That is where we are going, to have our full names as African, to let our children, to teach them this. My friend, I'm asking you, let's we talk about it. Don't get angry because I have an idea. Don't get angry because I'm telling you, let's we see this, let's we work on this. That's how it works. That's how mind works. Mind tell you angry because you don't want to hear it just now. But later, something may be changed. That's why I keep repeating myself. That's why I keep sending this message. Because the more you send the message, the more the awareness comes, and the more people will think about it, and the more we feel these things must to be done. Because everything has to start from somebody else's idea. The way somebody give us, the way somebody put our names. We call colonels' names. It's because they know why they were doing that. I'm here in Rwanda to tell my friends, the people we grew up together, this message. Some already told them on our social media platforms. Of course, some, they were not happy, but it's how life is. You're not going to get angry with anyone because they have a different opinions to yours. For me, my job is just to keep communicating in it. I'm going to continue to communicate it in 3 languages: English, Kinyarwanda, and Swahili. And we want this to grow. We want this mind thinking in youth to grow. We want to know where our children's names they get from. We want to have what the meaning for our children's names. Even with them, they go to give their children names, they know what the meaning and what they are giving for their children. Not just say, oh, it's just French name, or it's Christian name, or it's English names. No, let's we give our children the name with meanings. The names we got to create. The names we've got long, short, and that is our community. Our community will have to create our own. We have to create what some things you have to before. This is not something new. This thing was there, so we want to bring it back. This is what I'm going to keep bringing to you guys on my platform. They do things in life. It's so powerful, so names, and then also our spirituality belief. We have been taught by other community how their belief is more only way to go to live in life. But there is a lot to learn from it. There is a lot to see ahead in it. How come this world was there before? And the people they are thinking their mind. yes, this is where you're coming from. This is where to go back. And then to make sure to make it now in a proper way, to understand how it wasn't before, to understand how our ancestors have their spirituality belief, how they believe it. Because the life is the same. All we are equal in the eyes of God. We have to learn to praise our God through with other community belief and thinking. We could be able to praise our God with our own, our African heritage, with African roots, because it was there before. The people live with it. The people who put us here, they believe in that. They created generation to generation when they started. They started with their root belief, their original belief. We go back there, we think about them. We think how they did it. That is what we call culture. Culture starts with the names, and culture also comes with your spirituality belief. And thank you. Have a nice day.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're gonna love that one.